Hey guys, today I would like to talk about the various friends that we have and how we get deceived that we are a misfit and then undergo social anxiety. I'm sure many of you watching this video will find my today's topic totally relatable because there are many instances in our lives which we go through and may feel that we are totally a misfit, but in reality we are not. When I go back and walk through my memory lane while I was in the 7th grade, that is, while I just started my teenage journey, I remember an incident when I was just chilling in the class with a group of friends and a guy asked one of my friends to tell a joke. My friend just turned and said, "Samantha is beautiful," and the entire group burst out into laughter. I was so shattered. I didn't know how to react. Should I laugh or cry or get angry on my friend who cracked a joke on my looks? Though I was really hurt, I still decided to remain friends with all of them. But deep down in my heart, this incident left a scar in my mind on my looks. I always felt that I was a misfit in that group, but since I enjoyed their company, I wanted to be a part of that group. As a kid, I was always studious and took part in extracurricular activities, which usually didn't go well with peers. You know how they are. They are envious of your success at times and want to be like you, but when they can't, they say nasty things which tears down your self-esteem. I had a friend's friend who once made a very nasty remark on my mom's tuition classes in the presence of my other friend. I kept mum because I didn't know how to react at the spur of the moment. It took me a couple of days to come out of that incident. I'm sure many of you go through the same feelings. At times, we fight back or argue. Sometimes, we just brood over things, or we just cut all ties with the person. Because when we are teens, each of us is just learning how to react to various situations. Now, let us see the different types of friends that we have. Yes, we do have some show-off friends who would love to show off of their wealth. Oh wait, I would like to correct myself, not their wealth but their parents' wealth. They would look down upon you if you don't have fancy outfits or fancy stationery or the latest mobile phones, shoes, bags or any other materialistic thing. And as kids, we may not ask our parents to buy those things for us, but we would probably end up telling our hardworking parents that the other person is so lucky to have these comforts of life. That's when my mom reminded me that we should be recognized for our own achievements and not for the materialistic things achieved by our parents. So guys, if you ever find someone showing off, just smile it out. Don't envy them, but work hard yourself to earn that thing by your own hard-earned money. The next type of friends that we have are attention seekers who would ask for compliments every moment on their so-called beauty and would brag about their own beauty. There, I can see all the girls smiling. I'm sure each of you have gone through this. I too have experienced this to such an extent that it started playing on my mind throughout the day and night. Because when we are in the 9th and 10th grade, all you hear from parents and teachers is to focus on your studies. And then we have friends like these who crush your self-esteem. And you start believing that you are a misfit everywhere. I had this friend of mine who would speak about how pretty she looks every few minutes. She would only and only speak about all the attention that she was getting from every guy around and would ask me to appreciate her beauty and drag me with her to seek attention from more guys. Although I disliked it, I didn't have the courage to stop her, and little did I realize that this was affecting my own self-love. Eventually, I gathered the courage to explain it to her and started moving out of her company. I'm sure each of you have gone through this too, that it is not easy to move out of friendships, especially when you are in the same clique. But by the grace of God, I am happily out of that zone now. What we need to understand here is that God has created each of us in a very unique way. My mom often motivates me by saying that I'm beauty with brains. Anyways, let's go to the next type. So now, we would have some friends who would body shame us saying we are too thin or too fat, or they would call us names like Sukda Bombil, or would pass remarks on our acne, our complexion, our height, on wearing specs, or on our intelligence, or end up saying that we are too silly or too boring to be around with. But there would be some encouraging friends too who would brighten up our mood. Or if you are wondering, where does your food go when you eat so much? They would just say that it directly goes to your brain, not your body. And we feel like we are on top of the world. But I'm sure we would find very few encouraging friends like these, right? So the next type of friends that we have is fickle friends. So now, what's their speciality? One day it feels like they are our best friends, and the next thing we know is they have distanced themselves. Reason? You don't know, as they are not willing to talk about things. I feel that a problem can only be fixed if people are willing to address it. It used to bother me a lot until a few months ago. I used to go in a different zone because we try to understand why the friend is upset with us. We keep on overthinking, wondering what broke the friendship, and we end up feeling that we are a misfit everywhere we go. I'm sure many of you have been in this zone too. I too was going through a wide range of emotions and feeling stressed with every minute thing, and I underwent so many emotional breakdowns. Usually, I guess we girls go through this more often than guys. I'm not saying that guys are not emotional or sensitive, but I guess girls can relate to this a bit more. After going through all these emotions, what I have realized is that none of these type of friends are bad. It's just that each of us are unique. They too are learning to deal with different emotions themselves, and over a period of time, they will improve for the better. Because when we are teens, we are building our own character through the clique that we are with. And it is in the weakest moments of our lives that we recognize who our true friends really are. Challenging situations in life should make us more mature and deal with them calmly, because no obstacle in life is insurmountable. I remember a wise woman once made me sit down and explained something very unique. That wise woman is none other than my mom. So, I want each of you to hear this out loud and clear. She connected our life journey with a journey by train. You will find many people entering the train. The train may sometimes be very crowded or maybe less crowded, which means we have too many friends or a very few friends. When we board the train at a particular location, for example Bhainder, some people will alight or get off the train at different locations based on their destination. Some may get down at Borivali, some at Andheri, some at Bandra, Dadar, Marine Lines, or some may get down at Churchgate. None of them are wrong or bad to get off at a particular station. In a similar way, if some friends leave us at some point of our lives, we should not brood over those people. In fact, they have made some space in our lives for others to enter who would get off at some other location. At times, we would find some people in the train who are brushing or combing their hair, putting a lot of makeup, and who are just not satisfied with their beauty. But we just need to ignore such people and see the beauty in others who are beautiful at heart. Some friends may just go to sleep in the train with a cool breeze. We need to divert our attention from them and enjoy the calm breeze that's touching our lives. In fact, we should focus our attention and enjoy the company of crazy friends who do mad stuff like we do, who would split us into laughter at the silliest thing we do, who would annoy us with their nonsensical jokes at times, who may hurt us at times but will never leave us no matter what. This friend could be your bestie or your mom or dad. I'm sure each of you is smiling, remembering your best friend right now. A loud shout out to my besties, with whom I do all the crazy stuff. So, what can you and I do about this? I will make a detailed video in a few days on how we can handle such friends in our lives. But for the moment, let us also try to identify if we ourselves are falling in any of these categories of friends and try to change ourselves. Because first, we need to be the change that we want to see. So, every time when this question springs up in our mind, am I a misfit? What should our answer be? Our answer should be that no, I am not a misfit. Because God sees what we are going through. He has a purpose for our life, and His plan for our life is the best.